power of choice, change, focus, and belief. And let's start with the familiar what you're not changing, you're choosing. And how sometimes we can get stuck in a victim mentality when we're unhappy with some outside circumstance and we try to fight against it. Uh, but we're not taking any steps to truly change it. And then we keep complaining about it. And that is a choice. It's a choice to be in a victim mentality. It's a choice to not find a solution. Uh, it's a choice to not make a change. And there are lots of reasons why we're afraid to make that change. A lot of it is the comfort to the familiar, or people pleasing tendencies, or fear of the unknown, what will follow. Uh, but to me, it's interesting that every time we do make a change and make that choice, we empower ourselves. And if those changes are guided by self love and our heart and intuition, we start to build so much more self respect and true self love. Because self love is not, or self care like bubble baths and journaling. And it's about making those decisions that sometimes are difficult, making those choices uh, that align with your values and your essence. And that's, like self worth, self respect, self value, self love, all comes from that. And again, like the power of focus. Is our focus directed on the outside? Can you hear my cat? First, it's okay, baby. It's okay, be quiet. Shh. So, is our choice directed from the outside? That was telling, like, he wants my attention, but it's my choice if I'll give it to him or not right now. And right now I'm choosing, hey, I'm doing something else. So, no. And the power of no. And the power of not feeling guilty for saying no. And the power of considering your feelings first and foremost. Uh, and that is something that takes a while to master in a world that's constantly like telling us that we need to uh, determine our sense of self from the outside. But when we realize that it's the other way around, then, we can coexist in harmony with the outside world in so much more balanced and peaceful way. Because once we get clear of our values and the things that we love and like, and the things that we're not particularly fond of, then we can make those choices so much easier because we know. And also, when we don't know, we can make choices, and that to me is creative play. And then we can enjoy them for a while, but then stop enjoying them or realize, you know what, that was not the right choice. And the power of walking away from certain things when we're no longer aligned with them, or the moment we realize, wait, I actually don't like that. Uh, and that's how we build that self love and self respect. When we choose ourselves and say, you know what, this was great, but now I want something else. Or like, you know what, I felt like this was not going to be right for me. And now that I'm experiencing it, I'm pretty sure it's not right for me. So I'm just going to go. And those are things that are good for me, even if they're not popular, even if, other people don't agree with them. Uh, so for me, those things are very powerful. And the more I practice them and the more I practice, like saying yes and no from my center and pausing before I give a reply, the more I grow in self love and self respect. and self-worth, and the more aligned I feel and the more joyful I feel, because I know that I'm doing what I want to do. And it's such a liberating thing to know that I am where I'm at because of my choices. And also focusing on what makes me happy and choosing things based on, do they add to my peace? Do they add more love and life and joy and laughter to my life? Are they helping me become a kinder, more compassionate person, a more loving person? Do they make me feel safe? So, making choices based on internal states. And again, that's the power of focus. When we direct the focus internally, you realize that you have a choice to feel and think whatever you want at any moment. So, if I catch myself ruminating about something or thinking about the past or about something that does not make me happy, then it's like, why am I choosing this? And is there something else that I can think about in this moment? Or can I reframe or rephrase that in a way that would make me feel better? And this is like inner power and awareness and being self aware and conscious and present and aligned. Because sometimes our mind could be conditioned to believe that a certain thing is okay, but our feelings and our body say something else. And when we have that alignment and that inner safety within ourselves, oh, we can get input not just from the mind, but from the heart and from the body, and say, wait, I used to be okay with this, but now I feel I'm not. Or like my mind says, no, this is crazy. But my heart and my body say, yes, go for it. And that is the power of intuition. And this is also ties with the power of belief, to trust and believe ourselves. And that's how we go forward. And let's say in a situation where you know that you deep down inside want a particular thing, but you're not seeing it anywhere on the outside. And everybody is telling you this is impossible. There's no way, that does not exist. But your heart says, no, trust it. I know that feeling, like it's possible. And will you believe that? Or will you believe the mind and the outside? And for me, like the more I believe myself, the more exciting life becomes. Because then all of these synchronicities appear, and there will be a book or a movie or a song or a YouTube video or a little sign like on a license plate or on the trail of saying like, yes, yes, keep going that way. There's somebody else who believed in that. There's more information. There's more information. And then it becomes like solving a math problem, like a really good one. And I used to love math for that reason, where you can think like there's no solution and I just can't figure it out. And you stay with it and you stay with it and you stay with it. And then all of a sudden you see it and it's like, ah, that's a great sense of accomplishment. And it was always there, like there was never a wall, there was always a door. Uh, but you had to change your perception. And that's usually like with belief, like you want to believe something it's possible, but there are a bunch of other beliefs that you hold that tell you it's impossible. And you can dissect them one by one, or you can just keep believing and affirming of the new thing that you want. And all of these other beliefs will automatically fall away, and the door will show up. And you realize actually there was no wall, no door, no nothing. You were always free to see the thing, have it, be it. It was always there. But those veils had to fall down that were preventing you from seeing clearly. And that is the exciting part of life, that we can and we are involved in that co-creation if we choose. And we could believe new things into being and create entirely new destinies for ourselves that can inspire other people and their paths. And we're all, like walking on that path, creating our own roadmaps, following intuition, following our heart, making choice after choice. And the faster we say no to what is no longer aligned and go towards what feels good, um, the more opportunities open and the more in alignment we feel. And sometimes we do get lost, and sometimes we do take those detours because of the hold of the familiar, or not seeing clearly, and the veils are too thick. And that's okay, because that's creative play, and nothing is ever wasted, because even if it's like a big detour, there's no time, and you're still learning something. And if nothing else, it is fueling your determination, and it's helping you make that choice of, wow, this is really not what I want. And that contrast can propel you into the thing that you want so much faster. Uh, so when we look at life that way, uh, it becomes that creative play, and uh, the artistic adventure it's always meant to be. And things are always new, things are always exciting. And even on the outside it seems like nothing is changing, there's so many changes going on within ourselves. When like we start to practice more of that, and sometimes it could be the smallest of choices, like a simple request that doesn't require much of you. But for whatever reason, at that moment, your body says, like, no, I don't want to do that. No, this person could do it themselves or figure out another way. And having that courage to say no and not feel bad about it, and not think, what will the other person think of me? And even if they project on you because they're not used to you saying no, and think that you're a bad person, or like try to guilt you and whatever, you could be like, whatever. And just continuing. And uh, that could be the one little thing that uh, shifts everything, because you stood up for yourself, and you show to yourself that you love yourself. And especially in all of that seeking for love and seeking for things, it's the biggest, oxymoron, because we seek and we seek and we seek and we seek, and every door shuts in front of our noses. And then finally, when we give up, we realize, oh my God, instead of knocking on all these other doors, I was always knocking on my own door, and not from the outside, but from the inside. So, like, everything that you always wanted was always there, and you just had to look in the mirror and completely love and accept yourself just the way you are at this moment. And then you find that the world loves and accepts you, because it was an inside job. And then everything else that you want, you just have to give it to yourself and believe that you're worthy and deserving. And then the mirror of the world will reflect that to you. And then you just want to sit and laugh until the next belief and thing. And then you go on that wild trip again. And then you're like, oh, wait. It was always within me. And it's so much fun to do it over and over and over again, and to exercise the power of choice, belief, and change and growth. and the power of you and being true to you.